What's going on YouTube? Sid's Autograph site here with a pickups video. I got some neat stuff this past week, so we'll get right into it. First up at the store I work at, I got a couple of things here on my credit. This is the Solid State Space Shuttle Columbia AM radio, still in the box. The space shuttle itself is mint condition. I'm not going to pull it out of the box right now, but trust me, it's pretty cool looking. Still works. Runs on a 9-volt battery. She had 40 on it, but I gave 35. I was able to talk her out at $5. So trust me, that's a milestone to talk this lady down a little bit. So they go for, I saw one in a little bit different style box go for like $60 on eBay. So I do have this up on eBay right now, so that'll be a to be continued. Hopefully it'll sell. I got mine at 50, I think. Or no, 65. I put mine at 65. Then I picked up this. According to my research on eBay, this is from 1968. There is no date anywhere on the box. The only date that I found is on the instruction sheet inside, which has an order form for the official Star Trek jacket. And on here it says this offer expires December 31st, 1974. Now you can't really see that because of my camera, but so anyway, it is an original AMT model kit from Star Trek, the USS Enterprise. All the parts are still sealed in the bag. The only thing wrong with it is the decals, the word Enterprise, and another probably number or letter here is missing. Other than that, it's complete. Of course, the box is in sad shape. It's all faded and a little bit messed up, like right there. It's got a tear. But it's still really cool. These go anywhere from about 30 to 50. I have mine on eBay right now for 50. I gave 30 for it. So, really hate this lady's prices, but it is what it is. And then also, from the store I work at, I picked up this. This is a performance-worn scarf from Elvis impersonator Tony Roy. One of the more popular Elvis impersonators since 1987. He's been on numerous talk shows and whatnot. But this still stinks of his sweat too, which is pretty gross. But this is a performance-worn scarf that he signed. This is Tony Roy. It's pretty cool. He's Elvis impersonator, but he's from Cuba, so it's kind of neat. So I gave $5 for that. All right, then my local thrift store, my Salvation Army, I found out this hardback by Joseph Finder. It's his novel Paranoia. It's a New York Times bestseller. All books at this store, I'll let you know about this before, but all books are a quarter, which is really cool. So pick this up, and I'm going to put one of my Joseph Finder autograph book plates in here. I have two, so if you'll bear with me just a minute. And I got these signatures from an email request, so basically I have a signed or a signed book-plated book for only 25 cents, and you can't beat that. Put that right there. So that's awesome. I now have a signed copy of this book, and in total autographs, everything cost 25 cents. So that's awesome. Alright, and then last, but at the store that I work at, I found these. She had a box of comics in the back room that she had labeled, "Don't put these out yet. I have to do research on them and get every penny I can out of them," basically is what it said. But obviously in the condition they're in, they're not worth a whole lot, especially this one here. This is T-Man number 20. As you can see, the cover is really jacked. I don't know if you can see it, but it is from December 1954. This is really, really cool. The whole comic inside is intact and readable. So that's pretty cool. It's like it's detached from the rest of the comic, but the cover is still there. This is quality comic publication. So it's like a G-Man type book. So pick that up. I think I gave like $1.50 for that. I got that. I got these 4 that I'm going to show you all for $10. So here's It Really Happened. It's a really cool book. Again, the cover is just about detached. Looking for the date here. Looks like 1946. Yep. December of 1946. It's like true stories. It's almost like a Ripley's Believe It or Not type of deal. But these are true stories done in comic book form. Really, really cool. I have not looked these up in my price guide, my 2006 edition of the Overstreet price guide. But looking them up on eBay, there's copies in better condition, not really selling for much. It's got a tear there. It's almost fully detached from the rest of the comic, but nice Baby Ruth ad there. But still neat to have. I mean, that's my oldest comic book right there from 1946. This is Authentic Police Cases. Hang on a second, I want to know who this is, who published this. Okay, this was published by Visual Editions. Okay, and this one, Authentic Police Cases, it's number 34. It's July 1954, there's the date. This one's really cool. And I think those first 2 I showed you, I didn't find any evidence of Comic Code Authority on there, so I think those 2 are definitely pre-code. So this one's pretty neat. It's all true police cases done in comic book format. These 2 pages are sticking. There we go. So that's really cool. Again, no evidence of the comic code on here, so this should be pre-code too. Again, the cover's not in very good condition. It's got part of another cover on here. It's faded, but still neat to have. Then I got this. A lot of you DC fans know this comic book character, and Charlton fans. It's Blue Beetle. Again, the cover is just barely holding on right there. But this is Blue Beetle 1944. Okay, so this is the oldest comic book I have. Awesome. It's February 1944. It's number 30. It's very cool. It's definitely a Golden Age size because it's larger than all the others. That is awesome. 1944. I gave her $5 for this one. This is the one I gave the most on because copies of this. I saw one, I think that sold for like $11. It was in a little bit better shape though. And I'm still, you don't find books from 1944 all the time in any kind of condition. So, some stainage up there. That is amazing. 1944. This one is Holyoke Publishing Company, Incorporated. Holyoke, Massachusetts. So that's pretty weird. Again, no Comic Code Authority stamp on there. This one does. This one has conforms to the Comic Code right there. But this is Crime Does Not Pay. All true crime stories. This is published by Lev Gleason. And this is 1948. Oh, excuse me, April 1949 is the date. But this is Lev Gleason, publisher, and Charles Bureau and Bob Wood are the editors. So this is really cool. Again, true police stories. Pretty neat center page ad there. Very cool pickup. I think I gave $13 for these three. Crime Does Not Pay, Straight Arrow, and Daredevil. But this is Straight Arrow number 29, and this is from 1953, published by Magazine Enterprises. Yeah, nice Indian ad there. It's for the Plume Trading Company. My dad was really into Indians and their artifacts and reading about their history and whatnot. He had a huge collection. He ended up donating to a museum, but he purchased a lot of stuff from Plume Trading, so that's pretty neat. So we got some Western tales here. So I think Magazine Enterprises is like part of Marvel, if I'm not mistaken. I know you comic book guys will correct me for sure if I'm wrong on that, but I think they're part of Marvel. Definitely looks like they got the same address in New York. But great cover there. Got two horses fighting there. You don't see that every day. Last but not least, Daredevil, before the Marvel edition of Daredevil came out. This is number 77. Again, published by Lev Gleason. This is 1951. Daredevil is not in this issue. He stopped being in the comic book a few issues prior. This is a full-size 52-page magazine. This conforms to the comic code. That Straight Arrow, I did not see any evidence of comic code, so that should be pre-code. So this is pretty neat. It's got nothing to do really with superheroes, though. It's more like there's some war stories in there. Some kids' baseball tale. Charles Bureau. So some pretty cool, really old vintage comic books. Very happy to pick these up. Especially that Blue Beetle, 1944. I don't think I've even ever held comics from the 40s before. So, really, really cool. And then I found a new collectibles store. It boggles my mind that this town that I work in has all these collectibles stores. I found the store I work at. There's a comic book store. There's an old record and book store I recently found that I need to do some shopping around in there. And then there's a store called Wynn's Buy and Sell. And It's kind of a collectibles store, but it's also like a thrift shop too, but they had this stuff there. I got this signed CD. This is from local band From the Ashes. So I've never heard of them before, but they're actually pretty good. Kind of a hard rock band. A little bit in the kind of like Nickelback, but signed by the whole band. I got that for 50 cents. That was crazy. And found the Trek Encyclopedia, and I paid $1 for it. This is the second edition. Big soft cover book. It basically talks about every actor that appeared on the TV show, and I think in the movies up to 1988, because that's when this came out, 1988. I know Star Trek 4 is represented in here. So basically everything you wanted to know about the TV shows and the movies, like the synopsises and stuff like that. Word for the day, boys and girls, synopsis. So pick that up for $1. And then I got these. This one's really cool, from 1976, I think. And I did pay what the sticker says, $2. This is Marvel Preview. Presents the Legion of Monsters. Yep, 1976, number 8. So we got Blade the Vampire Slayers in here, Morbius the Living Vampire. Artwork by Mark Klug, stories by Doug Minch. Really cool. Love the old monster magazines from Marvel. And again, I say it, I was just born in the wrong time period. Alright, then we got some $6 Million Man black and white comic magazines from Charlton. This is July 1977. This is volume 2, number 6. So very, very cool. Not a big fan of the artwork, but it is what it is. There's old Lee Majors, Steve Austin himself. That's cool. And then I got this issue here. It's from May 1977. It's volume 2, number 5. Great covers on these, especially that one. That one is just awesome. So I paid $2 for 2 of these, and they're in fantastic condition. And then I got January 1977, and this Majors again. This is volume 2, number 4. Again, really good. Excuse me. Oscar Goldman. Again, in really good condition, except for the tear there. The other two are definitely in better shape. This one's got some spine issues, but... And then, with that issue of $6 Million Man was an issue of drag cartoons. I was a big fan of these, had a whole bunch of these. Drag cartoons, surf tunes, and then there was Cycle Tunes. Cycle Tunes was my favorite. But they ended up publishing cartoons up until, I think, the mid-90s. But all the other ones fizzled out fairly quickly. But I ended up selling all the issues I had, so it's kind of cool to find this. I wish I had the cover, but it's coverless. This is special issue number 1, and I don't see any kind of a date. I'm assuming that was on the inside of the front cover, but it's pretty cool. It's got Wonder Warthog. Nice underground comic, which I'm also a fan of. I collect too much damn stuff, I swear I do. But like I said, there's no, can't find any kind of date anywhere. But I know it's got to be from the 70s. Rare back issues of Drag cartoons. I can't see any date on that. But regardless, still very, very cool. Really happy to find these. So I'll definitely be going back to that store. Alright guys. That's it for me. It's my pickups video. Thanks for watching. And talk to y'all later. See you.